So let's get into your finances. All
Okay.
right. The very first step is saving that $2,000 emergency fund. Now, where do you live?
I live in apartments right now. I don't feel comfortable saying exactly where I live. No.
Oh, no, 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 no. Don't give me your address. I'm just
Oh,
asking like state, area of the state.
I live in Norfolk.
Okay, Virginia.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's not a high cost of living area. If you were to live in Boston, DC, or like New York City or San Francisco, I'd say save 2,500 because the cost of living is a lot higher in those areas.
Mm.
Like a gallon of milk is $4, whereas a gallon of milk there is not
It's
probably.
like two something, I think.
Yeah. So, and I'm not talking like organic milk. I'm talking just your normal gallon of milk.
Yeah, no.
So, how much money do you have saved currently? Just
I
approximately
said a good eight.
8,000,
Yeah.
$8,000. Okay. What are your plans for that money?
I need a car.
Okay. Tell me about that. What are you planning on getting and when?
I don't know. I just been stacking my bread.
Okay.
So I haven't really looked into that. No.
All right. What do you need a car for?
Because I'm planning on moving out soon. So I might need a car for that.
Okay. Have you thought about when you're moving out and all of that?
No, I just want to make it all make sense at the moment. So I haven't thought about when.
Well, then let's talk about your income a little bit. How much are you making on your two roles?
The second role, I wouldn't be able to give you any good estimate at the moment because I can't look at it. With the first role, I would say like 26
26 what?
a year.
$26,000 a year at working in the kitchen?
Yeah.
Okay. You must be really good at working in the kitchen though.
Yeah.
Yeah. As I could learn a couple things from you, I'm sure. My poor kids. Okay. And then as an entrepreneur selling the clothes, maybe like a few hundred profit,
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
revenue.
A few hundred profit. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Can you tell me a little bit about that? What's your plan for growing that, or are you focusing on it? What are you doing?
Right now, in the past few weeks, I haven't been that focused on it. I can admit. So I would say I'm planning on focus on it more, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, no, be honest. I go through
Mhm.
phases too. You can see, you can see it online. What does focusing on it look like for you?
So I can give you my schedule. I still work full time, so I can still get an income. So it's like focus on it for me means I get up at 4 to do my exercise. I exercise every day. So 45-minute run, then gym, and at 6 I'm done. 6 to 7 I'm, meditating, eating, showering. Then 8 to 9 I'm making my way to work. So then I get to work. I don't work till 5 to 7 or sometimes 9. Then when I get home, I go to sleep. If it's 5, from that 5 to 9 period or that 6 to 9 period, I'm working on my business, trying to prospect, trying to find out everything I can do better, trying to make more designs. And since I'm like the only person that's doing it, since it's not making like that much of an income now, it gets harder because I have to do everything. So, but I'm fine with doing everything. So, but the time is like you got to make time to do everything in your life. And as you're working a full-time job, you got to make time for that too. And you got to make time for people outside of, your business and your job. If you want to, have a successful like spirituality, I would say, or mental stability.
Yeah,
You
you
have to
you
have.
need to have friends.
Yeah,
That's a really full schedule.
I know.
Okay.
I mean, just trying to work it.
So then what's your take home pay, do you think, from your full-time gig?
So I get paid every week. So I would say like 6 to 700 a week if you're working 60 hours, because we get paid 12, and then overtime we get paid 17. Overtime is anything over 40 hours. So if I work 20 extra hours, 17 times 20 minus taxes will be that over the 400. So I would say 6 to 700 a week.
Okay, so you're looking at maybe, what is that, $2,400 a month
Hmm. Yeah.
at a minimum. I like to work on minimums. And then your plans for your business are to grow that and do that only at some point.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's your business name again?
Determination Hill.
Determination Hill. Okay, I had it written down wrong. Who do you sell to?
Who do I sell to? So you would say my niche,
Yeah. Hmm.
people that's inspired to become more. So I would say I would sell to a community of people that likes self-development, likes learning, and likes growing their own businesses.
Okay. Okay. What kind of clothes do you create?
I create regular clothes now since it's a startup. So I would say, and I'm doing all the finances myself. So since I'm still trying to save and provide for the business, it gets hard to do both. So right now I just do basic tees. I'm trying to expand into more things, but that takes more money so you can expand into more things because you gotta get the clothes and you gotta, make sure the clothes is right for your customers. And then if they don't work out, you in the hole because you're not gonna sell them. So you gotta keep buying and buying until you find what's right. So
I was going to say that's hard. I mean, it sounds very difficult. What's the hardest part?
I wouldn't say the hardest part is the money. I feel like the hardest part is the time. Cause like, yeah, I feel like I say the hardest part is the time.
Do you, how do you find your customers?
Social media.
Only social media?
Yeah, and obviously in like I would go to like events and stuff, yeah.
Okay.
So I got an event coming up August. So
Okay.
yeah, we got like out of town and stuff like that.
Okay. What's your website?
It's the name.com.
Okay. So determinationhill.com.
Mm-hmm.
So let's, because I know entrepreneurship, when we're
Mm-hmm.
focusing on your personal finances, let's kind of assume you're not making any profit. Okay. We'll get into the structure for that later. But right now, let's just talk about your full-time job because that's what's going to pay your bills. You
Mm-hmm.
can count on that. So how much are you currently, I know what you have saved.
Mm-hmm.
How much are you currently paying for your expenses and how are you budgeting?
So I'll say only like 200. So phone bill.
Okay, so you're only paying for your phone bill.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How do you plan on moving out?
That's what we're here for.
Fair, fair. Well, why don't we create a goal?
All right.
All right. Do you know the acronym SMART goals?
Mm, you can explain it to me, but I feel like I got the gist the first time, but you can explain it.
Okay. All right. SMART. It's specific,
Mm-hmm.
measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. So
Mm-hmm.
that's just a standard business way of creating goals. I found it very helpful in my personal life too. So be specific, as in, you can't just say, save money. No, save how much. That actually goes into measurable too. How much money, by what time, why is it
Mm-hmm.
relevant? And can you do it? That's why we're asking all these questions about your income. We're going to discount your entrepreneurship income,
Mm-hmm.
at this point in time because months, you know,
Yeah.
months fluctuate. You have two goals that we talked about. One of
Mm-hmm.
them is buying a car, which is
Mm-hmm.
tough right now. It's
Yeah.
July 2021. There's a car shortage. So used cars are going for about as much as new cars.
Yeah.
Yeah. What have you been looking at for your cars?
Just, locally, actually, that's what I've been looking at.
What kind of car?
Like, I would say, like, the normal beginners. So, like, Chevy, like, Nissan. Basically, that's it.
Have you looked at Toyotas at all or Hondas?
No.
Okay. Do you have an aversion to them?
Mm-mm. Not at all.
Toyotas are some of the best cars out there. They look annoying. Okay, they're
Mm-hmm.
like people don't like the look and feel of them necessarily,
Mm-hmm.
but they last forever and they don't cost very much to run. So when there's a breakdown, their parts are usually pretty plentiful and
Mm-hmm.
mechanics know how to do it. So it takes them less time and costs them less for the parts and it ends up costing you less to fix it. And they don't break down very much. So I've driven Toyotas, Hondas, Fords. I'm trying to think if I drove a Mercedes for a little while. We won't talk about that. and something else. I don't remember what it was, but the Toyota by far cost me the least amount of money to run, and it lasted forever.
Mhm.
So I love Toyotas, and if you go on any website for mechanics, and they'll tell you like estimated cost to run per year and cost
Mhm.
for repairs, Toyotas are usually top of the list for least amount of money it costs to repair and maintain.
Mhm.
So what's I've talked to a lot of people about cars, and I'll tell you what, they're a hot button issue. What are your views on the car you drive? What do you want to be known for?
A good car.
How do you define that? What's a good car?
I don't know, just something that looks good to me, and I feel like that everybody does. I feel like it's supposed to be special.
How?
Oh, I wouldn't know. Like I feel like it's just gonna talk to me.
No, no, you tell me.
For like right now, are you talking about for right now or for like in the future?
For right now.
But right now, I feel like just something that's to get me from A to B. I feel like it shouldn't matter that much. If I'm not rich, but I act rich.
Tell me more about that.
I feel like for right now, a car is not like a necessity. So if I wouldn't want to go out and buy a $30,000 car or a $50,000 car because I'm not rich, so I act rich if I'm not rich. You get what I'm saying? So that's what you're asking, no. But I feel like I don't want something that's beat up. No, I don't want that either. I just want something that's drivable that I can feel comfortable in. Like I'm not gonna be in it 24/7. Like I'm driving 4 miles like 4 hours every day. So it shouldn't need to be something that's extravagant until I get to that income bracket. So I would say if I look into a specific answer, I can give it to you. But from like experience right now, I feel like it's just something that needs to get to point A to point B. That's not like
How about as part of your homework between now and
mm-hmm,
next week, you research cars on the market and you
mm-hmm,
bring up 3 or 4 that you would be interested in, and you tell me why.
okay.
Okay. So I want this to be a very specific. And I'll tell you what, I recently had an argument with somebody about Volvos. That's not.
Not Volvos. Why are you arguing about Volvos?
But when I was your age, I really wanted a Volkswagen, right?
uh,
Because I thought they were super cute, and I didn't know anything about cars and how they run. I didn't realize that repairs on them cost an arm and a leg. I'm glad I got a Camry, so it like really helped. I'll tell you that in the financial journey. Some things are mistakes, or some things happen just by happenstance, and they're good things. They could have been bad really easily.
mhm,
Let's go into this informed thinking about your long-term future so that you can afford the car that you want
mhm,
faster than you could before.
mhm,
So if you try to get what you want now, before you can afford it,
mhm,
you're going to lose that soon.
mhm.
You know, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Okay. All right. Let's put a goal together because you have
Okay.
2 competing priorities here. You want to move out, and that's first, last, and security deposit that can be
Yeah.
expensive. Your rent should not be more than 25% of your take home income.
Mhm,
Okay, so that's at a minimum, that's 2,400 take home right now.
mhm,
That equation can move in various ways. Increasing your income is one of them, decreasing your rent is another.
mhm.
So 25% of that, what is that? So
So I
it's
said like 800, I think.
it's
No.
closer to 600.
Yeah, 6 6. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's make sure that you're not putting yourself in a hole so that you can afford your life.
Mhm,
So, and if your rent is 600, then which doesn't sound achievable right now, but we'll talk about that.
Mm,
Your rent is 600. You might need first, last, and security deposit. So that's three
mm,
times the amount. That's $1,800 just to
mm,
move out, right?
mm.
Okay. So which one to you comes first, the car or moving out?
Transportation.
Okay. All right. Then let's get closer to that goal by you bringing back to me next week
Mm.
those 3 or 4 cars that you would be okay buying.
All right.
All right. Do you think you should do anything else between now and next week?
Yeah. Learn myself and what I want. I feel like I need to learn that.
Learn what you
So
want.
we, yes. What do I prioritize? That's what I need.
Mhm. How are you going to do that?
Uh, Meditation, you know, writing. I mean, if you write out your thoughts, I feel like it gives you more of a like understanding of how you think. So if I write out what I want, I feel like I can differentiate what I really want and what I need. And then once I find out what I need, then what I want wouldn't be the issue. It's what needs to get done. That's the issue.
Mhm. I'm going to challenge you with two things:
All right.
moving out and buying a car. What part of each of those do you need and why? And what part of those do you want and why?
That sounds achievable.
Okay. All right.
That's homework.
Okay. So those are your 2 pieces of homework. Did you write them down?
All right. So can you repeat it?
Yep. So your 2 pieces of homework are to write down with your 2 priorities, buying a car and moving out. For each of those, what part of buying a car do you need and why? And what part of it do you want and why? And then moving out, what part of it do you need and why? And what part of it do you want and why? Then your second piece of homework is to come with 3 or 4 actual listings of cars in your area. You can check Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist, or sometimes people just put put them out in their front yards or in front of their apartment complex with a for sale sign. Take a
Mm-hmm.
picture or whatnot, and know kind of what it is you're looking for. Okay, because then we can
Okay.
make your goals specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound.
Okay.
Okay, in balance with all the other goals. Okay.
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 All right. I
You're going.
appreciate this.
Yeah, you're
This
going in the right
man.
direction.
Thank you.
We're
That
gonna
feels good. This.
Yeah, we're gonna make sure that you're focused, right? That you know what you're doing and why,
Mm-hmm.
and that you're building up your adult life now in the right
Mm-hmm.
direction. Because there are 2 ways this could go, and most people take the first path. I call that spender street because I don't know, I'm kitschy like that, but I call that spender street. They'll go to college, they'll take out tens of thousands of dollars of loans for that. And then as soon as they get out, they'll get a low paying first job and buy a car with a car loan. And then before they know it, they have 80 to $100,000 of debt and they're only making maybe $40,000 a year. That's not a good equation.
Don't sound like one.
No. And then they go, oh, well, I can't afford my life. So I'm just going to use my credit cards that I got in college,
Mm-hmm.
thinking that it's kind of free money. Well, someone has to pay it back. You always pay back the reaper, right? So then they get in a lot of debt and they live a high life they can't afford. And before they know it, they're deciding between bankruptcy and moving in with 5 of their friends, which they should have done to begin with, moving in with 5 of their friends and not being able to go anywhere and just living a life of incredible poverty, right? So one or the other, and it feels awful. That's usually when I talk to people. So I am so happy to be talking to you now before you've made those decisions, because you can go down Sabre Street. And I personally, I went down Spender Street until that car loan, okay? And I had $60,000 of debt. And I had to backtrack from there. Okay. And I did move in with all those people. And I actually made myself so unhealthy that I had to go to the doctor, and they called me back and said, "How are you standing? You are so
Right.
malnourished. We need to prescribe you vitamins so that you live." I was losing my memory and my hair, and I could hardly work anymore because I did not have money for food. So I'm glad we're talking so you don't go down that path and you go down Saver Street. Okay.
Yes.
All right. I'll
All
talk to you
right.
next week.
All right. Next week, Monday.
All right. Talk to you at 9:30.
Okay, 9:30. Enjoy.
You too. Bye, Kyrie.